ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Welcome to sports, everybody. The 38th annual Hugh Campbell Basketball Classic underway at the AF Valley Gym. The official opening ceremony taking place this morning. Our Charles Fisher was there.
It was a colorful cultural opening ceremony with a display of talent. And then it was the march past of 24 teams in all with championship dreams. A special tribute giving to committee chairman and vice principal Arnold Curtis, who is retiring after the final buzzer next week, Monday.
He has put in more time and energy into this tournament than any other committee member. Mr. Mayor, after all the years you have given to this institution, and especially with the Hugh Campbell tournament, I wish to publicly thank you for your commitment to this tournament.
Bringing remarks was Director of Education, Dr. Marcellus Taylor.
So very thankful that Mr. Doug Collins and Mr. Pickstock, all those 38 years ago, decided to institute a basketball tournament in honor of a stellar educator, Mr. Hugh Campbell, in order to give young people a positive outlet to showcase their basketball talents, yes, but more importantly, to demonstrate sportsmanship.
Officially opening the games, Director of Sports, Tim Munnings.
So what we saw here this morning was the talent of a number of young people, not as athletes, but as musicians, dancers, singers. And what that tells us is that you don't have to be an athlete to do something good in your country, but get involved. I'd like to thank the Hugh Campbell organizers on a job well done. And I salute you, the young men, for your commitment and effort. One team, one goal, excellence. So on behalf of the Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture, the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture, I wish to therefore declare these 38th annual Hugh Campbell Championships officially open.
It was then time for the ceremonial shot by the dignitaries, and some look to have been practicing. For ZNS Total Sports, I'm Charles Fisher.
As it stands right now, two of the bigger names in senior boys basketball not taking part in this year's Hugh Campbell tournament. The Grand Bahama champions, the Tabernacle Baptist Falcons, won't be making the trip from the nation's second city.
You know, there's a lot of kids that financially can't afford it. On my team right now, there's about 3 of them that have lost basically everything. And out of the 12 kids that are to travel to Nassau and participate in this year's Hugh Campbell, there's only 3 of them that, that came up with their money. So, if you don't have the financial backing or the monies to get over there, there's no reason for us to come. We can't get there. In terms of the pools, Tabernacle is not scared to play anyone in this country. Whether that be we go to Nassau and just get our 2 shake and head back on Bahamas there and come out to Freeport, or that be we go there and win the Hugh Campbell like we have done many times before. It doesn't matter who we're playing and where we're playing them. We're up to the challenge. So it was disheartening that the pools were set up that way, where you have 2 teams that were playing for their respective island championships in the same pool. But nevertheless, it had nothing to do with the decision of us not coming to the Hugh Campbell this year.
Now, for those of you not aware, Taboo, who we already told you won the championship in Grand Bahama, was placed in the same pool with the government school runners-up, the C.I. Gibson Rattlers, the other team that has pulled out.
This year, as Hugh Campbell, we decided not to participate in because we wanted to travel to Orlando, Florida to play in a basketball tournament, to showcase our young men. Met some college coaches in Vegas, and they wanted to see some more highlights of those young men. There's a lot of speculation about the pools and all that. Hugh Campbell have a right to do what they have to do and want to do, and I respect that. But at the end of the day, we also have a choice to make, and we did that. Hugh Campbell is one of the best tournaments in the country, and they will always continue to be that way. By the grace of God, we'll probably be back next year. Nothing personal. We had a lot of success over the years when it comes to Hugh Campbell, whether making it to the championship, winning, or competing and coming second, or making it to the Final Four. I got to do what's best for these young men. Opportunities arises, and we have to make the best of those opportunities, and that's exactly what we did. And hopefully, by the grace of God, those young men are going to go over there and showcase their talent, and hopefully next year, all those 11th graders who are doing well will get scholarships to further education.
The show must go on, and the first session of play on court as we speak. Let's bounce over to the AFI League gym where Kelsey Johnson is standing by.
Good evening, Jonathan. Good evening, Bahamas. We're coming to you live from the AF Adderley gym. As you can see, there are persons sitting in the bleachers there watching this game between the Government High School Magics and Charles W. Sanders. And Vaughn Aubrey, if you are out there in the listening audience, this one's for you. Guess what? The Magics, they pulled out all of their tricks. They're leading this one 51-19 with 1 minute and 43 seconds to go. They are truly putting a magical whipping on the Charles W. Sanders Cougars. Now, the tournament started at 5 p.m. today. Winning the first game was Mount Carmel. They beat Kingsway 54-44. Queens College, they defeated Galilee 44-22. Kingsway College, they will now take on St. George's on Wednesday, while QC and Mount Carmel will play Sir Jack Hayward. Now, I can also tell you that there has been some changes to the schedule and changes in the pool. You're hearing it first here on ZNS that Tabernacle Falcons will not be playing in this year's tournament. They too have opted out of the tournament and joining the C.I. Gibson Rattlers. So we now have 6 teams in Pool 1 and Pools 2, and we have 5 teams in Pool 3 and Pool 4. In Pool 1, we have Doris Johnson, Jack Hayward, Aaron Bailey, Sia Walker, Morris Island, and Anatole Rogers. In Pool 2, St. George's, Queens College, Temple Christian, Jordan Prince Williams, 8 Mile Rock, and Galilee. Now, Pool 3, you'll see Sunland Baptist, GHS, St. John's, Charles W. Sanders, and Catherine. And Pool 4, CC Sweeting, Mount Carmel, CV Bethel, Kingsway, and Gateway. Now, playing in the 8 o'clock game, because you still have time to make your way down here, are Aaron Bailey and Anatole Rogers. We just saw Coach Harcourt McCoy come into the gym. So that game is supposed to be an interesting one, but Jonathan, we'll toss it back to you in the studio, and our Charles Fisher will have all the live scores and updates for you in the morning. Back to you in the studio, Jonathan.
Buddy Hield taking his game to the next level over the weekend at NBA All-Star Weekend in Chicago. After finishing as the runner-up last year, Buddy winning the three-point contest on his last shot, taking down fellow Bahamian DeAndre Ayton's Phoenix Suns teammate Devin Booker 28-27.
As a shooter, this is on your bucket list. You have to come in and you want to win an NBA three-point shootout. And when I say with a stack feel like that, you know, it makes it much even more better. But, you know, pressure is on. You got to show up. I do it for people back home, you know. I do it for me and my family, and I thank God for giving me the ability to do that. But people back home, they would enjoy this more than I do, because being from the Bahamas, you know, get to represent them, you know, it means the world to them, and I do that on the highest level I can, and be the role model for kids down there. Just show them that, you know, if I can do it, you know, whatever you apply yourself in life, and anything is possible. Hurricane Dorian, people in the Bahamas, you know, people that lost their homes, people that lost lives, you know, I dedicate this to them because. You know, like I say, I represent my country to the fullest. You know, and when I say that, you know, I really mean it, because without my upbringings, I'm nothing. And I know what it's like to be in those hurricanes and being a hurricane. And I haven't been in the hurricane category 5, but no, this goes to them.
The Bahamas Bowling Federation's nationals rolling off yesterday at Mario's. The man on the lanes, David Slatter, leading the way, followed by Cam Brathwaite. They were the only 2 bowlers to average over 200 for their first block. The ladies bowling their first block tonight. The University of the Bahamas judo team competed over the weekend at the Cherry Blossom Open in Boynton Beach, Florida. Raven Pennerman took first place in the 78-kilogram division after defeating fellow Mingo Brianna Major in the gold medal match.
Brianna, she's a good competitor, and I am familiar with her, but today she put up a fight. So I feel as though we both did a great job, and at the end of the day, we're all representing the University of the Bahamas. I learned that you keep pushing, even though you might have tournaments back to back, and it's a lot of pressure. Always keep positive, because at the end of the day, positivity is key. And so is motivation.
Despite losing out in the 78-kilo, Major also competed in the 70-kilo category. She won her best of 3 series 2-1, using her strong overhead grip to pick up the gold medal.
This is my first competition in a while. I was kind of fussy with myself, but after a talk with Coach CJ, I got more comfortable, and eventually I learned just to take my time and go with the flow. What was really working for me, my grip sequence. Once I know to get the upper grip, I for sure can win the match overall.
The college swimming season winding down. Iona College with a bit of school history at the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference Championships. Simone Stirrup helping Iona to its first relay win ever at the Conference Championships, en route to setting a new school record of 1 minute 35 seconds in the 200 freestyle relay. Stirrup swam the third leg in 23.82. She also made the B final of the 50 free, finishing 6th and 14th overall in 24.59. The Great Lakes Valley Conference Swimming Championships also finished up. McKendree freshman Devante Carey holding his own during the final 3 days. He won the B final of the 100 butterfly, finishing 9th overall in 47.94. Carey also second in the 100 backstroke in 47.81, and second in the B final of the 200 back, finishing 10th overall in 148.80. McKendree also set another conference championship record in the 400 medley relay, a swim of 3:12.06. Carey swam the opening leg in 48.36. Christopher Cadet signing on to play soccer in Lazio. That's the organization in Italy. His hope one day is to play at the highest pro level, but he also wants to get back on the pitch and represent the 242.
One of my biggest dreams is, I'd love to see the Bahamas qualify for a World Cup. Right now, I'm focusing on improving my play, doing the best I can. I'm hoping to get called up to represent squad again for the Bahamas for the upcoming Gold Cup qualifiers. It'd be a huge honor. And when the second round of the CONCACAF Nations League comes back, I'd love to participate in that as well, because I missed the past few games due to doing rehab for an injury. I want to go out there. As Bahamians, we've done it on the track, we've done it in the water, we've done it on the basketball courts, but, we haven't done it on the soccer pitch. And I'd love to be, I wouldn't say a pioneer, but I'd love to be the guy who people can look at and say, hey, we can do it, like it's possible. Soccer is the most popular sport in the world, the most played sport in the world. And I'm sure that, we can succeed as a nation.
That's a look at sports. The Bahamas Tonight comes back after the break.
ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by 4th Terrace Diagnostic Center.